What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the B Plus Podcast tonight.
What, no countdown?
Did you do it?
No, I didn't. You would have heard me.
99.
I thought maybe you were doing it in your head.
Hey.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I thought you were telepathically doing it.
No countdown to this fight that's about
When
to
I was
happen.
an old man, when I was a young man, we used to tie frogs to bottle rockets.
And telepathically experience their flight.
One of my favorites.
You like that one, right? When
Yeah.
I was a young whippersnapper.
Tonight we're going to discuss the finally announced Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather.
Patrick, wake up!
I'm sorry. UFC fighter is going to get in a boxing ring against an undefeated boxer.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
UFC gurus here, Mr. Nasom. So take it away.
Well, back in July 2015, McGregor started, he threw the first jab, no pun Nintendo. He told late night co-host Conan O'Brien that he'd be down to box Mayweather. I think it said, if you're asking would I like to fight Mayweather, I mean, who would not like the chance of dance around the ring for like $180 million, what he said. And January 2016, Mayweather said McGregor was treated better because he's white. And then there was a lot of trash talk in between because McGregor ended up like shooting back the next day. He's like, don't ever bring race into my success again. And there was more. He said more. You know what I mean? Like they're all saying more. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm like kind of summing things up. And 2016 in May is when things really started to get it really started to get going. Hey, there's catches behind you. Well, here I have this timeline I'm gonna check out. It was on ESPN. It's a really cool timeline. Anyone can look at it of like all the different events. Had some pretty cool animations, some neat drawings, some artistry there. Let's see, here it is. No, that's my Word document. Mayweather versus McGregor, a timeline of the verbal sparring that led to the most unlikely fight of the year. And it's just a really well-made timeline here. Let's see, what did I get to? We were in 2016. I was bringing success into my race into my success. April was when Conor said, I decided to retire young. Thanks for all the cheese, but he was actually trying to troll UFC, who was going to have him fight on UFC 200. May 6, 2016, the Sun of the UK reported that Floyd and Conor were on the verge of agreeing to a $1 billion mega fight, but then Dana White was able to dispel that, saying it's not true, it's just a tabloid story. And then May 8th, I think Mayweather put up a fake poster of them like squaring off or staring at each other, staring each other down. Like MMA versus boxing. May 8th, Mayweather also said the rumors y'all been hearing, the rumors are the ones I started. Floyd then put out on May 13th, hopefully we can make the fight happen. He's no pushover. May 22nd, 2016, Conor does an interview on ESPN. He says that like Floyd needs him. August 17th, Conor gets fined $150,000 for UFC's 202 bottle throwing incident against Nate Diaz. So then the NASDAQ, the Nevada State Athletic Commission has to still deal with him. Conor receives a boxing license November 30th, 2016, and January 11, 2017, on ESPN's First Take, Floyd claims that he responded to Conor's demand of $100 million with the counter offer of $15 million in the cut for the pay-per-view. January 13th, 2017, Dana White makes Floyd and Conor an offer of $25 million each, to which Floyd immediately refuses. We're getting pretty close was something that was said on ESPN's First Take in February 14th. February 15th, the NASDAQ's willing to, or the athletic, that Vegas is able to, Nevada was willing to grant Conor a boxing license in order to keep a possible fight in Las Vegas despite the incident on August 17th. I think Floyd said there hasn't been any deal made in regards to a fight between myself and any other fighter. The first betting lines on February 16th came out for Floyd opens at 25-1 favorite. By the spring of 2017, this is where Floyd turns to social media to get negotiations off the ropes. He says sign the paper You said you were a boss. Just sign the paper and let's make it happen. And then he said, I'm coming out of retirement just to fight Conor McGregor on March 10th. Let's fight in June. A week later, Dana stepped into the media circus and he says, I think it's going to happen? There's so much money involved. I just don't see how it doesn't happen. March 17th is Conor screams at somebody doing a piece with him. I am boxing. I saw
nice.
March 22nd, his Nevada boxing license is I think given to him, or he's cleared to apply for it. But his fee for the bottle throwing was downgraded to 25,000 and 25 hours of community service. April 16th, Conor posts something about join me in preparation for my next fight. Should be announced very soon. April 19th, Dana White says if the fight sells as well as it can, Floyd's going to make a little north of $100 million, and Conor will make around $75 million. April 20th, Floyd may crap his jocks after all, and if so, I will go back to true fighting, or just pick another boxer like Manny or something. May 4th, we had betting lines started to narrow, where like Conor would be like plus 700, Mayweather would be minus 900. Things start falling into place, and I think it was like May 5th, Floyd Mayweather said as soon as they say let's sign on the dotted line, then it's time to go training. He's going to go into a camp. May 18th, White and McGregor agreed to new terms for boxing match with Mayweather. See, this is the thing a lot of people didn't know. Not only does UFC have to like agree to let Conor go box, because Conor's in a contract with them. So the UFC does have to like be like, all right, let's go do this. But they have a lot of money to make out of it too, so why wouldn't they? Both sides plan to meet and finalize the following week. Conor McGregor then tweets, now at 28 years of age, I have my eyes firmly set on the highest paid fighter and the highest earning athlete accolades. May 21st, Conor's just posting more stuff, more solid work today. Sign your end, Floyd, or you're just a mouth. And then June 14th, that's when we found out Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor agreed to box at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on August 26th. And that's the whole timeline. It's on ESPN. It looks really cool. It gives us a story for where it started in 2015 and where it is right now. And it's going down. So what do you guys think?
That's insane, man. I mean, I just think that it's cool for both parties, both fans, to see in our lifetime, we're going to see a boxing versus UFC competition. I don't care if it's a joke. I don't care if it's the most amazing match that ever took place.
Yeah.
I just care that it's happening because I just think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. And I wanted to say when you were talking, I don't know if you saw, but when Conor finally tweeted that it went down, it was a picture of him with Floyd's father.
Oh yeah, it was just but he wasn't with his father. It's just
sorry.
Yeah.
I said it the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay, it's going to be an entertaining fight. I guess it's going to be entertaining to watch. The thought of it's like fun. This happened in reverse. I can't remember the year. James Toney, very decorated boxer who would go up and down in different weight classes just to clean them out and get some belts, decided I'm going to go fight in the UFC. And they put him against Captain America. Who's that? Randy Couture. And it was the first like a boxer's coming into MMA. And how's this going to work out like this? Not like old UFC where you can be, so someone can be a sumo wrestler and someone else can be in the karate. You know, this was like there was already established rules, and Randy Couture was an excellent fighter. I don't know if he was at the peak of his game then or not. Maybe on the latter half of his career.
Yeah, I think he's on the way out.
There's James Toney, a decorated boxer, and the match starts, and before you know it, like Randy Couture, he shot for a single or a double. I think it was a single actually, and he put James Toney on the ground. He had no intentions of boxing with him. Why would he? Like James Toney was way better at boxing than Randy Couture was, and I think he submitted him, put him up against the fence and submitted him within the first round. Both like Randy Couture. He's probably in the Hall of Fame now. He was great at mixed martial arts, but he knew he had no business being in the octagon against a professional, tried and true, over and over again boxer. And he knew what to do to get things done. Floyd Mayweather obviously is really good at what he does. Now Conor's coming into his realm, right? Like it's kind of like neither guy has any business in the other one's sport. But here we are. Here's the matchup. It's going to be boxing. It's going to be Conor versus Floyd, and that's where we're at. It looks like without even joking around or all joking aside, or you can read anywhere. Obviously, Mayweather's favored to win this fight. It's going to be like 12 rounds of defensive boxing for Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't finish people. He point wins, and that he'll have his 50th, and Conor will have a really nice payday. It's a round of or above or below $75 million. It's just to show up. It's already a good fight for both of them. They're both going to get paid well, handsomely.
Oh yeah.
So this is where we're at. You guys want to have any questions?
I feel like I do have a question, but I just want to say, like, and this might be a little bit of hyperbole, but I feel like it's almost like an actual, like, going on reality version of what if Batman fought Superman? Like I said, it's kind of like a bit of hyperbole, but it's almost like there were two 12-year-olds who were like, what if this dude fought this dude? And it's actually happening in real life.
As a comic book fan, yeah, that's the what if scenario. Like this isn't like best of the best, number 2 versus number 1, like who's going to be able to pull this off. This is what if in an alternate reality in a different universe we have Conor McGregor fight Floyd Mayweather, because they're roughly the same weight.
It's just crazy.
No, it's happening. That's the fight that's happening. Yes.
It's like it's a bit existential, but it's like,
no, it's fine.
With how crazy the political landscape's been and like how crazy this year's been, it's like, you know, pigs are flying and Conor McGregor is fighting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? What timeline are we in right now?
It's mass hysteria.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that's just this year. Welcome to 2017. It's just gonna happen. All your dreams have come true, or your worst nightmares have come true, or whatever, or however you want to look at it.
It's like the comic book when I was young that I was like super excited for, and Image had one and DC had their own, which was Batman versus Spawn. And
that's a good one.
I was a huge Spawn fan, and the Image one was like crazy, like, and then the DC one was obviously more like laid back, but they were two of my favorite comics I ever owned.
How was the Spawn movie, pal?
Michael J. White? And John Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo.
My favorite. The only way that movie could be better if one person was in it.
Yeah, okay.
Matthew McConaughey.
No,
no. He said a bad word.
Walking around saying,
but Nathan, you could tell us, Conor does have a boxing background, correct?
Oh yeah, a striking background with his gym as far as MMA goes, but he can't use the MMA stuff to his advantage. His rules are going to be limited here, and I mean, this is how it's going to be. Like this is how it's going to be promoted. No, I don't think so. I don't think. Wait, even if he did try that, that would be a bad idea. And like as far as boxing goes, you'd already be spinning. So there's your problem. Like the Diaz brothers, they get mad when you throw spinning shit at them. He's gonna want to like knock him out with the power punch that he has is in his left. You know what I mean? So, can he do it? The promotion's going to say he can, and this is the chance, and he's got the power, and he's MMA, but his boxing's really good, and it's against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd always had problems with southpaws, and this is all the stuff you're going to hear to help promote and hype the fight. Absolutely. Do I want Conor to be able to win? Yeah. He's very, very arrogant. Most people used to like sit down and watch his fights just so like he would lose, but he wouldn't lose. He was very defensive, and he would point fight and he would win. And he's done this over and over and over and over again. He's not going to not know what to do this time. Like,
is there a weight difference?
No, they both agreed that it's going to be around 145. So it's agreed upon.
What's Conor sit around that?
Oh, he's fine. I mean, he was making 145 no problem to go get Jose.
Okay. And then what was he going up for Diaz?
He went up to Diaz's non-walking around weight maybe, or didn't cut very much. That was 170. 170,
okay.
So he was like comfortable eating whatever he wanted at 170. Like the last belt he won was at 155. So he can do 135, and it's hard. And he can do 145. He's done 155, and he can walk around at 170 no problem. So
cool. I just there's nothing. I could just, and I hope like we all get together or do something for this, because it's like,
You should go to your parents' house.
I know, right? Crazy. Well, they are speculating like close to or at $100 price tag for this. So.
Oh yeah, they didn't. That's one of the things that wasn't worked out. I was reading today about the deal. The people involved of this promotion to get it green lit, which would have been the UFC and Mayweather promotions or productions. Both sides kind of agreed. At least Dana White said he couldn't believe how smoothly this whole thing went. He was just amazed. He's like, I thought there was going to be, and before I knew it, it was done. Everyone wanted to work with each other. Everyone wanted to have it done for the sake of entertainment. And I guess they weren't really having a hard time putting it together and making it happen. It's like you said, do I think it's going to happen? And of course it's going to happen. So much money involved.
Yeah.
You know, and let's not forget the incredible buildup there's going to be with these two trying to talk to each other.
Well, they've already been doing that. They'll probably do some more. The fight sells itself. I mean, like, people think that like Floyd's arrogant, and he is. People think that Conor's cocky, and he is. But like, the difference is like I'm a UFC fan. I've already watched a lot of Conor. Like, I don't root against him. I'm usually like for what he's trying to do. And even if I'm watching him in a fight, I just want to see what's going to happen. I'm not really rooting for anyone. Right. Here, I'd probably be rooting for Conor because like everyone wants Floyd to lose. But I don't think Conor's going to be able to do very much. It's going to be like 12 rounds of like Floyd's defensive boxing, and Conor's going to be throwing like really hard punches and missing. And then like it's going to be like when I was watching the Mayweather Pacquiao fight at your parents' house. I'm gonna like do the counting to when I'm like, okay, he's already lost by decision, and just get up and walk out.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll finish this fight. We have a little more invested.
And what's we don't know the exact difference of time length between, say, a championship fight, which is what, 5-minute rounds?
Oh, it's different for boxing. We're boxing now. I am boxing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he wouldn't, but is Conor going to be able to hang for the longer period of time?
Yeah, I don't see him having a cardio issue. Like cardio wasn't a problem for him in the past, except for when he was up against Nate Diaz, who he thought he was going to steamroll, and he just kept throwing the hardest possible things he could at Nate. Nate dodged them all, and he got him the gas for like the second round, and that's when he went to the ground with Nate, which was a bad idea anyway. Nate just grabbed his back, grabbed his neck, and it was over. He's gonna know not to do that here, but it's just gonna be like him trying to knock out Floyd, and Floyd's made an entire career of like not getting knocked out, but not necessarily knocking out other people unless it's the earlier part of his career. Some of the bigger issues you want to think about here is like, is it fair? Like, what if I was into boxing? Like, is it fair for some guy in MMA just to show up and talk his way straight to like a #1 spot, like the biggest payday ever? Like,
well,
like you can reverse this because people can show up in MMA and be like, I'm in boxing. I'm gonna fight for the #1 spot, and then he just skips everybody in line. I mean,
isn't that happening with John Jones?
What? Oh, John's supposed to be getting his belt back, right?
I mean, should he have to go through people?
I don't know. He beat everybody in that weight class. He came back and did a tune-up fight with OSP.
Yeah, like, and
OSP stock went way up because he was able
really well.
Yeah, he did really well against a ring-rusted John Jones. But no, it's not really happening that way. It would have to be someone coming from like another sport, just being like, not only am I skipping a line, this is a sport I've never been in. Like I said before, both parties don't belong in the other person's sport in a way.
Right, but let's say, I don't know this, you might know the stat, but like, let's say an undefeated, which I don't think there is, an undefeated MMA fighter that is still young, but he's like, like Conor's saying, I'm going to make my money, I'm going to get out. So it's either Floyd stays retired and we don't see another fight, or we take the Conor McGregor fight and get what we get. So as a Floyd Mayweather fan, you're stoked, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like, boxing fans always wanted to see Floyd Mayweather lose. So now, to preserve boxing, you can't have this guy from MMA who could be considered like a novice boxer show up and beat one of the elites. So boxing has a lot on the line here. Floyd can't lose, but he won't. You know what I mean? Right. But if he did, then somebody can waltz out of MMA, beat up beat up a very highly ranked boxer, and just walk back to MMA. Let me ask you this: what's going to be Conor's motivation to go back to true or real fighting after he gets this payday and maybe even a loss from Floyd? Like, is he going to want to go back to UFC where his paydays like they're good, but they're not like $75 million good? And like, would they ever want to even have a trilogy between these people? It's saying that like one of them's going to lose, one of them's going to lose. Are they going to want to do it again, or like will there ever be a number 2 to be able to not have a number 3? There's all these things to consider. I guess the boxing fans should be outraged that they're letting Conor do this. As an MMA fan, I don't care. It's more publicity for MMA in a way. So like the UFC, which is the better brand or the biggest brand of MMA, is going to have a lot of extra publicity just come to them because of what's happening. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, they said they don't know what tickets are going to be yet, but it should be done in a week. I mean, tickets and pay-per-view or pay-per-view prices. You asked that before.
Yeah, they're saying it's gonna be like anywhere like up to $100. So,
whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone's gonna pay it, in the payday. But the thing is like Conor did tease with this whole when he was having his beef with Dana about, and I just want to get paid and get out. I just want to, and he's been very, very vocal about that. So maybe this is his last payday.
I would hate for it to go down like that. I would hate for him to stop being the fight anywhere, anytime, anyone when it came to like kind of doing what he was doing against, well, what he's going to be doing in the lightweight 155 class for UFC. He was taking time off because his boy Simba, his boy was born, right? Hey, come back. But he was also taking time to make sure this fight goes down because it's just a huge fight for him. I mean, Dana said he talked to Conor, and he says that Conor believes in his mind that he's going to win. I mean, people like this have to be so determined to the point where they're not going to ever think there's any doubt in their mind of what they're doing is not going to meet with success. It obviously worked for Conor in the past, and it's probably going to work again in the UFC. I want to see him to be able to like do some more stuff in the UFC. If you think of it in a certain way, this year off was a year off where he could have been doing stuff there, and we didn't see anything,
Right. And I mean, like I said, besides the hype train for this fight is the hype train for just the gathering of it. Like I said before, nothing makes me. It's like Christmas morning sometimes for these fights when like you get all your friends together in a room, kind of like with McGregor and Aldo. And then when Aldo just went down and we all just scream and I don't know.
When Aldo,
I'll never forget.
There is so much hype built up because UFC did this long promotion and this show, it's 7-part show that I even watched about Jose versus Conor, and they wanted to really hype it up, and they did exactly that. They promoted the crap out of it, and when the fight was ready to actually happen and all this stuff happened in between, and like you got invested in the time and the people, the characters, and the 7 cities around the world that they toured, and then the fight happens and it's like 13 or 14 seconds, and Aldo bounces off the ground, who was this an indestructible like character. Like I don't know, we were watching it and it happened, and I started to yell, and I didn't realize like I was standing up or by your TV staring at the screen before. Like it took me a second or two to like regain like consciousness. It was fun, but yeah, that's not going to happen in this match at all.
Come on, we can dream.
It's not going to be fun at all. It's going to be tough. 12 rounds. Here, I'm going to spell it out one more time. 12 rounds, defensive boxing, perfect by Floyd Mayweather. He'll win, and Conor's going to be swinging like pretty hard, and he's going to be whiffing like at the same time. And
if he doesn't whiff?
They're going to whiff. They're going to be wearing boxing gloves too, so those are like 10-inch gloves, not the difference of like what the MMA gloves are, which are 4-inch. So that changes the way like what happens like when you get hit. Of course, I'm not saying that these people can't knock each other out. They can, but I don't know. There's just some differences here. Besides that, Floyd Mayweather's a decorated boxer, and Conor McGregor's in the MMA.
Yeah. Oh, well, anything else?
I don't know. I think we went over everything that we wanted to be able to go over as far as this fight goes.
We'll definitely do like come back for press conference and shit.
Okay,
like
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, so we can get.
There'll be some more stuff going on before August happens. They'll definitely have something to talk about after the fight's over. Yeah. There's going to be some things that we'll find out how much the pay-per-views are going to be, and I don't know. It's like you guys were saying. It's like Muhammad Ali fights like like a Japanese wrestler. You know what I mean? Well, we all know who's supposed to win, but it's kind of a fun matchup. So, alternate reality or what if scenario or not, it's going to happen. And it's going to make a lot of money for those two guys. Not that one doesn't already have it, but it's going to make more for Conor. I mean, not like he's broke.
And imagine if he wins. Like, just the discussion if he wins is just going to be.
Oh, if he wins, the discussion is going to be rematch.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. So when he loses, will the discussion be rematch? And then I want to know if he goes back to MMA. I mean, he even said it in the one thing I was talking about. He's like, well, after I win this, maybe I'll just go fight like Manny Pacquiao. I'm like, whoa, slow down.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm for Conor, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, whoa, all yours is there, pal. see if this guy's going to be a bump in the road or something, right?
What if he just decides like he's just going to be the best at everything? And he's like, his next thing is like he's gonna win like a racing champion. Like the dude's never driven racing cars in his entire life.
Oh yeah.
And like within a year, he's gonna win like the Indy 500. That's and this is just like a Conor McGregor like meme for the rest of time until he gets really old.
The mind frame he needs to have in competitive sports like this, and he does have it. It's the mentality where I'm going to come in, I'm going to do what I have to do here. I'm going to dominate. I'm going to win. I'm not going to lose. I don't lose. I am boxing. I am Conor McGregor. Things like that.
You don't want to come in like CM Punk.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, do you think that's what'll end up happening, or because that was embarrassing? I love laughing about that. So.
Oh, CM Punk, nice try, pal.
Like
he'll be back. He's not done, you know.
Yeah, but that's just for a cynical guy like me. Like seeing him just get tanked was just like. That's why it doesn't matter how much you believe in yourself. You can't do unrealistic stuff. Like you're not just gonna come in here and not get owned.
Some guy they lined up for you. You really need to have the years of some things in there. Crow Cop once said that like striking, X amount of years, 1 or 2, you should have that down. But he does explain how like the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling and the grappling, he's like that doesn't happen that fast. It just doesn't.
Who did he go up against again? Because that guy was really good. He was like CM Punk. Who did he?
I don't even remember. I should be able to do that. I think that guy
Mickey something.
He was like a newer guy, but
closer than I am.
He was like a really. I think he was like I forget what kind of belt he was in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or whatever, but like he was like a really. I don't know. It was weird. I think he's getting bigger. The guy who fought CM Punk, or he's
he would because he's launching off of that win. Would it right?
What's that?
He's launching off of that win. Like,
yeah.
Let me look up MMA for this.
Yeah, because he was like they did like a post-fight analysis, you know how they do, and they were talking about like he's a really good fighter. He's just not as well known. Obviously, none of us can remember his name. So
Mickey Gall.
Yeah.
Let's type in Mickey Gall. See what he did. See, I kind of already forgot about this because like that type of fight for that stuff was like CM Punk's gonna fight MMA. That's okay, good. We'll see what happens. And like it came and went, and I was just like.
Yeah.
not to be like that, but I was just like, okay, like we didn't expect a lot to have happen here.
But I hope that's not how. Just to take it back into
what's CM Punk's real name?
I have no idea. I'm not a WWE guy.
CM Punk?
Yeah, what's his real name?
Phil Brooks.
Okay, so Mickey Gall got the Phil Brooks fight, won it with a rear naked choke in round 1. So then he called out Sage Northcutt, who was like a big to-do deal, but the kid was still kind of young, but it would have been a good win for Mickey Gall, so that was a smart move to call him out. And then he beat Sage Northcutt with the rear naked choke in round 2. So bouncing off of CM Punk's like the defeat of CM Punk, he made another good fight for himself at 170. So that's welterweight. So yeah, I don't know when he's going to fight again, but I think he'll be able to ask for a better fight. I think he can move up the ranks in the 170 weight class quicker because he was able to do the CM Punk win, Sage Northcutt win, moving on.
Cool.
That's all I have to say about that.
All right. Well, like I said, we'll be back for after press conference or anything that makes the news here with a little discussion about it. So we'll be on the hype train the whole way.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
toot toot.
So as always, brought to you by SeftimorLive.com. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. and
I think you should beat the crap out of the like button. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Box it.
Why don't you
Box
box
the
it?
like button.
Why don't you,
smash the subscribe button.
why don't you punch it with your left arm and pretend that the button's Floyd Mayweather's face and you're Conor McGregor?
I second that.